All right, we're back and getting ready for championship bracket semifinal action as the St. Anthony Bulldogs are ready to do battle with the South Central Cougars. First game final again, Altamont 53, Neoga 26. So Altamont and Cowden Herrick for the consolation championship tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Winner of this game will play Dietrich tomorrow night at 7:30 for the conference tournament championship. The loser of this ball game will play against SEB tomorrow at 2:30 for third place. So that's what's left to be decided. This one game, and then we're set for the finals on Saturday. Bulldogs have played pretty good basketball this year. They are 13-7 under Cody Rinker. Rick Simmons is 8-12 with his South Central squad. And they posted an exciting 59-50 overtime win over Altamont Wednesday night to get to this championship semifinal contest. Meanwhile, St. Anthony handled Neoga 39-25, and that's why they are in this ball game. So both these teams coming off a win, and they want to win tonight and then win tomorrow night, and then they'll all be really happy. Starting lineups for you now. Rick Simmons' South Central Cougars will be the visitors. They've had quite a week. They have a brand new superintendent. They moved up Mr. Hurtis from grade school principal to the next superintendent. They've got things going on additions to both the high school and the grade school buildings. And they got a win here at the tournament. So, been a good week between Farina and Ken Mundy here. And Alma's happy too. Here's a look at the starters for South Central. Brett Harmeyer is a 6'1 junior. He had 13 points in the win the other night. You see this real skinny kid who had to kind of fling it up from his hip to get it in. Well, he's filled out a little now, so he's also helpful inside for this Cougar ball club. Jace Wilkins, whose passing impressed me the most the other night, is a 5'10 senior. He had 4 points, and he'll get a start tonight. Noah Pallas takes up some space inside, and he did that to the tune of 15 points on Wednesday night in the overtime win over Altamont. He's a 6'2 senior. Dre Hill, Drevante, if you want to do the whole thing, but it's just call me Dre. Dre Hill's a 6'2 junior. He had 12 the other night. And Evan Langley gets the other start for South Central. The 6'2 senior had 11 in the win. So that's a lot of kids in double figures. 4 of their starters were in double figures in the Wednesday night win for South Central. Again, they're 8-12 on the campaign. St. Anthony's Bulldogs, it's the latest starting five, the group that's been together the last several games now. Kyle Hartke, a 5'11 junior, had 6 points on Wednesday night. Connor Green's a 5'11 senior. He had 4 in the win. Derek Rios, big man in the middle, 6'5 senior, had 4 points. And then the Gardewine brothers start. Andrew, the 6'4 senior, had 9 points Wednesday. Zach Gardewine, the 6'3 senior, had 2. So it's the Gardewines, Rios, Green, and Hartke for St. Anthony. Our officials are Brian Dank, who came all the way over from east of here, but he knew the way since he grew up over here. Chris Faust and Justin Akers, they're our officials for this one tonight. Back with the starting lineup, or back with the play-by-play in a minute here. At Altamont, St. Anthony and South Central here on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Crowd here on a Friday night. I don't know if we beat Thursday night, but it was a house full here last night, but pretty good crowd this evening.
Oh, yeah, I think the folks from South Central have definitely made the trip up. They're looking for another exciting game out of their club, who continues to just play better and better, especially when you go from last year to this year and even within this year as well. South Central just continues to improve with this group, and St. Anthony faithful have a lot to be happy about with their team trying to get into the championship game once again.
So I got to figure it's been both National Lutheran Schools Week and National Catholic Schools Week, and we got South Central, got a whole lot of Lutherans, got St. Anthony here, got a whole lot of Catholics, so everybody's been celebrating all week, so I think we ought to have a heck of a game.
And they're wanting to celebrate a win.
That'll wrap up the week in style. There you go. All righty. Again, a reminder, Lady Shoes and Lady Hearts underway over on KJ Country at 102.3. Dustin White, Millie Lang calling the play-by-play there for you. So be mindful of that. We're live streaming audio and video here, courtesy of the House of Wayne. The tip's up, controlled in backcourt by St. Anthony. And here we go, and good to have you with us here on 97.9 XFM. Connor Green gets it across the half side. Baseline, Andrew Gardewine. Long two. It tried to come back, but didn't. Rebound grabbed out of there by Jace Wilkins for the Cougars. That's how this one gets started. Right side to Dre Hill. He works it on the wing. Out top to Palace. Noah holds high, top of the key. Bounce pass to Hill. Comes to bail him out. Still on the dribble. Now gets it right side to Palace. He holds, and there's his cutter. And Harmeyer, the pass is too high, though, and St. Anthony steals it away. Andrew Gardewine came out of there with it. Down to Kyle Harkey. Way cross court to Connor Green. Down in the corner to Zach Gardewine. Out to Green. And Connor brings it out top to Zach Gardewine, but his pass got tipped. Nice work by Wilkins. He got the steal, and then he couldn't get the pass made because he had a kid in his way. Skidded a pivot foot, and so South Central gives it right back.
Actually, they're going to have a foul called as the officials come together. Chris Faust, the outside official, said they traveled because there was some contact.
Well, there was. I'll grant you that.
So Kyle Harkey picks up the foul, his first, and it's going to be South Central ball, and now they relay the information to the third official, Brian Danks, who was about to give the ball to St. Anthony.
Yeah, because there had been a failure to communicate there, and now we've got it all lined out. So South Central retains possession and a foul on the Bulldogs. We're a minute into the game. Nobody's scored yet. Hardly anybody's shot. Palace gets the ball. Out top to Langley. Now to Harmeyer. Harmeyer and Zach Gardewine going at each other. Zach usually gets the other team's best score. Bounce pass out to Langley. Now to Jace Wilkins. Connor Green giving him fits. And a 5 count.
Yeah, just never went anywhere with it.
Connor Green just kind of stood there and said, bring it on, and Jace Wilkins didn't bring it on, and that's a turnover on the Cougars. They're second already. So here comes St. Anthony. Cody Rinker says, let's run this. So they'll try. Hartke out top. Zach Gardewine down in the corner to Green. Connor looks, and then one dribble and back out top to Zach. Over to Hartke. Hartke to the free throw line. Can't shoot. Green can. Puts up a 3, and he got it. Connor Green gives St. Anthony a 3-0 lead. And that's how the scoring starts in this one.
St. Anthony comes out from full court pressure.
That's what they do early in a game after a made basket. They like that, and it works a lot. And Dre Hill somehow did a tightrope walk along the sideline and kept it for South Central. Now it's out top, and it's somehow kept. Harmeyer gets inside, puts the shot up and in, and gets called for the walk, so wipe off the basket. Now after Hill did his tightrope walk along the sideline, they take the ball inside, and that's when the travel happens. Yeesh. Cougars' third turnover. I tell you, Hill
did everything he could.
That's crazy. Green tries a 3 here for St. Anthony. It's no good this time. Grabbed out of there by Palace for South Central. 3-0 Bulldogs. Hill gets it down court, out top, stops, pops for 2. It's short, rebound. St. Anthony reels high in the air for the board. Off the Green. Connor no-look pass to Hartke. He goes baseline, squirms, can't shoot. Bounce pass right into the hands of Palace for South Central. Off to Harmeyer. He rolls the other way. Shot good, but a foul before the shot, Brian Danks says. And let's see who it's on.
I believe it'll be Connor Green, but I want to double check.
3 foul 3.
It is indeed Connor's first and the team's second.
Harmeyer inbounds on the baseline to Wilkins. Into Palace, back to the basket, back out to Wilkins, head of the key to Hill, and the Cougars trying to get on the board here. 3-0 St. Anthony. That Connor Green three-pointer, the only basket in this one. This is starting like the first game. Real high on the dribble there for Harmeyer. But he say it's okay. Hill down in the corner with it. Lobs inside to nobody. Over the head of Langley. It came loose and back to Hill. And he shoots and hits from the baseline.
Now that's creative offense.
Wonder what you'd call that play.
Good.
Makes it 3-2. I think Hill deserved that one after that last trip, though. Hartke with the basketball for the Bulldogs off the green. 3-2 St. Anthony. 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Andrew Gardewine thought about a three, lobs to brother Zach, who went up and just got a pass away before he came back down to Rios. Andrew Gardewine over to Green. Connor on the dribble, a little between the legs there. Tried to get a bounce pass, does inside to Zach Gardewine. Got it off the glass and got it to go. Zach's first basket. St. Anthony extends the lead back to 3. It's 5-2 Bulldogs. Quickly across the timelines, Langley for South Central to Harmeyer. Checking Coach Simmons. What are we running? Now he knows. Here we go. 3:49 to go in the first quarter. St. Anthony in a zone. Hallis with the ball, goes baseline, lobs it inside, knocked loose by Zach Gardewine. People going to the floor. It was picked up by South Central. Wilkins somehow got it out there to Hallis, and he gets run over by Hartke, and when the carnage is over, it's going to be out of bounds to the Cougars.
Boy, that was quite the hustle play there.
Green sits down for St. Anthony to bring James Cabas in, as if they needed to rev the engine up anymore. And a pass inside, stolen by Rios. Derek's a pretty big target in there defensively. He snags another one. Zach Gardewine shoots for 2. Front of the rim, no good. Rios the rebound, out to Zach. Head of the key to Cabas. 5-2 St. Anthony right now. 3:17 to go in the opening quarter. Hartke thought about a 3. They covered him up. So over to Andrew Gardewine along 2. No good. Rebound goes to Hallis for South Central. Dre Hill gets it down court to Wilkins. They go inside to Langley. Powers up, and he got tied up in a jump on a shot attempt underneath the bucket. And the alternate possession is going to give it out of bounds to South Central. Zach Gardewine sits down. And checking in for the first time tonight, Nick Grunlow for St. Anthony. Inbound, South Central trying to get it in. It's knocked away from Hallis out of bounds. And again, the Cougars retain possession. They're destined to score this trip. Harmeyer. Look at him, sounds convinced. Harmeyer on the cutter. Hallis lays it up and it rolled off, no good, and then a foul on the rebound, and you know what happened. Hallis missed the shot and fouled trying to get the rebound.
Noah picks up his first and the team's first, and St. Anthony's defense has definitely been tight and intense throughout this first quarter of the ball game.
Bulldogs lead at 5-2, 2:45 to go in the opening quarter. Hartke thought about a 3, back out top to Cabas. Back on the wing. Hartke does try the 3. Back of the rim. No good. Grunlow the rebound for St. Anthony. Squirms. Can't shoot. Out to Andrew Gardewine, who shoots for 2. No good. This rebound South Central. Grabbed by Langley. To Hill. Down to Harmeyer. Going to the hole. Got blocked. Got fouled. Andrew Gardewine got him. 2 at the line here for Harmeyer.
So that's the third foul on St. Anthony. First on Gardewine. First time South Central makes it to the free throw line.
Just to remind you, it's going to snow tomorrow. No one seems to know quite how much. It's going to start about 9 o'clock tomorrow night. It's going to rain before it snows. Maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 1. Harmeyer makes the first foul shot in the meantime. That makes it 5-3. And he makes it a 1-point game. He got them both down. His first 2 points, and it's a 5-4 game. So, anyway, we'll keep you up to date. Again, the smart money, though, is the snow's not going to get here till about 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Grunlow with the ball, so we'll have the champion crowned here at the tournament and then watch the snowfall. Hartke has it in the corner. Bounce pass out top to Cabas. Bulldogs by 1 now. Hartke on the wing underneath Andrew Gardewine. He caught it nicely, but he got fouled before the ball got there. A foul on Hallis, I think.
Yeah, Noah picks up his second. He has both the South Central's personals, and that's going to cause a substitution.
Down goes Hallis. Dylan Brower checks in. The 6'1 senior. He had 4 the other night. Cabas inbound on the baseline here for the Bulldogs. In the corner, Hartke tries a 3. Too strong. Rebound Grunlow. Powers up. Now he can't. Has to kick it back out to Hartke. No look to Grunlow in the corner. He doesn't shoot. Out to Cabas. Back to Grunlow. Long three for Nick, and it's no good. Rebound Cabas. So Grunlow missed. Cabas the board. Still 5-4. Hartke looking. Baseline, Andrew Gardewine out top to Cabas. Side to Grunlow. Baseline to Rios. First time I think he's had the ball on offense.
Yeah.
Hartke now to Cabas. Out top, Grunlow drives right side of the lane. Side to Hartke. Out top to Cabas. Down to minute 23 to go in the first quarter. It's 5-4. Cabas to Hartke. Trying to get the ball inside. Especially with Palace out of there, they're trying to get the ball inside. Cabas now to Grunlow. He loads up for three. No good. Rebound, South Central. Grabbed by Brower. Clears it down to Wilkins. Shot up and good. And he got count the basket, they say. I thought they were going to call the foul before the shot, but they say he was in the process of getting that shot delivered. Wilkins gets the shot down. South Central takes the lead, 6-5, and an and one here for Jace Wilkins.
And Brower hit him with the outlet after grabbing the rebound. And Wilkins just took off and drew the second foul on Hartke and the fourth on St. Anthony.
Jeff, I got a haircut Nieberge in for St. Anthony and also Chandler Martelli. Foul shots no good. Grunlow the rebound for St. Anthony. Martelli gets it across the half line. So now it's 6-5 South Central. Ball's kicked here by Wilkins as the Bulldogs try to make an angle pass. It'll be out of bounds on the side, and James Cabas says I'll inbound it. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Winner plays Dietrich for the championship tomorrow night at 7:30. Loser plays SEB at 2:30 tomorrow for third place. Cabas out top with it for the Bulldogs. They're down a point now. Haven't scored in a while. Cabas out top. Got tripped. Hits the deck. Inadvertent contact, I guess. Out to Nieberge. Shot for two. No good. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. So South Central ball to bring it the length of the floor. Cougars sit down Langley, and they send into the fray Chase Riley. He's a 6'1 junior. Played a little Wednesday, didn't score. Full court pressure still by St. Anthony. The defense been pretty good. Just haven't been able to cash in on the offensive end. Pass down, shot down low. Stolen by Grunlow. 5 turnovers now on the Cougars. So St. Anthony with a chance to get the lead back here at the end of the quarter. Nieberge powers up. Shots too strong. Saved by Martelli, but Harmeyer catches it inbounds for South Central. He's going coast to coast. Nice no-look pass. And Jace Wilkins lays it up and in, and that's the first quarter. Although Cabas put one up for three, it hit the back of the rim. No good. South Central's up 3 after 1. Championship semifinal action at Altamont. South Central 8, St. Anthony 5 on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Lawman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
St. Anthony gets the ball to start the second quarter. We're in championship semifinal mode. It's 8-5 South Central as the second quarter gets underway. Martelli with the ball to Grunlow for St. Anthony. Grunlow in the lane. Bat lost his balance, but managed to keep the pivot foot set. They got it out to him. He tries a long two, and it's no good. And Hill the rebound for South Central. So that's how the second quarter starts. Hill inside to Brower, back out to Hill. He drives left side, no room, so off to Harmeyer. He goes baseline. Shot blocked by Andrew Gardewine, but the rebound's to Harmeyer. He fell out of bounds, and that's what's called a turnover. Man, tough break there for Brett Harmeyer. There was just no room, and he ended up out of bounds, and St. Anthony gets it on the turnover.
Yeah, good hustle by both teams, though, and we've seen a lot of that in the early going.
Martelli in the corner for St. Anthony.
Nice.
Good pass inside to Nieberg, and he missed the layup, but the rebound comes back to him, which is blocked by Hill, and then Grunlow powers up and puts it in. So 2 misses for Nieberg. Nick Grunlow scores, though, and a pass to the middle, stolen by St. Anthony. Baseline, Andrew Gardewine spins for 2, and he got it. Just like that, 4 quick ones for St. Anthony, and they're back in front. 9-8 plus time. Back in 30. 6:56 to go. Second quarter at the NTC tournament. St. Anthony 9, South Central 8 on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located
Second quarter. St. Anthony 4 quick ones in this low-scoring game, and they're back in front.
Well, when you look at it, South Central is 3 for 6 from the field in the first quarter, 2 for 2 at the line, but they turned it over 5 times to St. Anthony's run. St. Anthony continuing to push that advantage into the second quarter. Problem for St. Anthony in the first quarter, they were 2 of 13 from the field. No free throws attempted. They were 1 of 6 from three-point range. They out-rebounded South Central 7-6 as well in that first quarter.
No changes during the timeout. Hill gets the ball up court for South Central. So it's 9-8 St. Anthony as the Bulldogs scored 4 straight there to start this second quarter. Low-scoring game so far. Wilkins with the ball for the Cougars. Out top to Harmeyer. Bulldogs playing a 3-2 zone underneath. And get it in here if you can. Or shoot over it. Harmeyer down in the corner to Hill. Now to Harmeyer. Wilkins gets it out top. Tried to go underneath and finally does to Riley. Now the ball's loose, and Connor Green comes out of there with it for St. Anthony. The third Cougar turnover, and we haven't played 2 minutes in the quarter. Grunlow in the lane, lost the handle, and a foul on South Central. Somebody grabbed him on the way to the basket.
Apparently Wilkins is the guilty party. He picks up his first, and that'll be the team's third.
Just a reminder, Effingham and Teutopolis girls action underway now over on KJ Country at 102.3. So enjoy Dustin and Millie as they bring you all the action from T-Town. Connor Green inbounds on the baseline in the corner to Andrew Gardewine. He drives inside, pulls up for 2. It rolls off no good, and the rebound comes down in the hands of Langley back in the game for South Central. Inside Harmeyer drove against 3 and lost the handle. Nieberg, coast to coast, puts it off the glass too strong. And a foul on the rebound. Harmeyer and Martelli are there, and Martelli gets the foul for St. Anthony.
Martelli went up over the back as Harmeyer had position. That's Chandler's first foul, and St. Anthony's 5th as a team.
Boys basketball at the half. Effingham 34, Charleston 16. So Ron Reed's crew off to a good start tonight. Low pass caught somehow by Langley for South Central. Now it's loose out top, and Wilkins gets it back. He fires it underneath. Brown put up and in. His first basket. South Central back in front, 10-9. Martelli with the basketball over on the side of the green now for St. Anthony. Connor brings it out top to Martelli. They reverse it. Grunlow in the corner. Doesn't shoot. Martelli back over to Green. He thought about shooting. Moves in for a 2 instead. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Chase Wilkins grabs it for South Central. Off the Hill, cross-court pass to Harmeyer. Harmeyer spins, drives the baseline, runner for 2, no good. But a foul on the way, and the foul on Harmeyer.
Harmeyer called for the offensive foul. Give credit to St. Anthony. Not even sure who was on the deck down there and drew the charge. It might have been Grunlow or Nieberg, but either way, it's Harmeyer's first foul. And that's the team's 4th.
Zach Gardewine comes back in for St. Anthony. Andrews sits down. And Rios is back, and Nieberg sat down. 10-9 South Central. St. Anthony with the ball. Cross-court pass to Martelli. Had to go high for that one. Makes the catch. Bounce pass Rios at the high post. No shot there. So back out to Green. Bounce pass Martelli. He fakes. Drives in for 2. Shot in the lane. No good. Rebound out of bounds. And last touch by Dylan Brower. It'll stay with St. Anthony. Some of the Cougar fans didn't agree, but I had a pretty good look right over the top of the play.
I think it was the right call. A couple of hands in the vicinity, but I do think they got that one right.
Green inbounds on the baseline, goes deep with it to Martelli. 10-9 Cougars, 4:44 to go in the second quarter. Green with the ball, free throw line, Rios. There's the dribble and back to Green. On the side, Grunlow open for the three, drives for the two. Now he's covered up. So back out to Green, who does shoot the three. It's no good. Martelli has offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. They go out top and give it back to Martelli. Grunlow now has it out top. Swing it back to Martelli. Open on the three, and it's too strong. Wow. Grunlow gets the rebound, though, for St. Anthony. Into Zach Gardewine. He turns around for two, and he got held before the shot. So it'll be out of bounds to St. Anthony.
Well, I'm telling you, there's some crazy second quarter numbers going to be coming up if this trend continues. St. Anthony just can't buy a shot thus far, but they continue to rebound hard and force turnovers. South Central's just 1 for 2 in the quarter.
Martelli sits down and Hartke's back in. Cody's looking for some points here. Out top, Green fires it underneath to Zach Gardewine. Step and shot, and it's too strong. And the rebound goes to Langley for South Central. Boy, St. Anthony's owning the boards, but can't cash in. Pass inside, stolen by the Bulldogs. Boy, South Central's got to stop doing that. Six turnovers in the quarter. They just try to throw where there's people. The Cutler mentality. Hartke shoots for two. No good. Rebound South Central. Grabbed by Brower. They have the ball in a 10-9 lead, although you might not remember since it's been so long since somebody scored. Wilkins has it out top. Drives, baseline, shot, too strong for Langley. Rebound, Hartke for St. Anthony. His bodies litter the floor. Now everybody's up. Zach Gardewine, baseline for two, and he got it. Zach Gardewine hit a baseline two, and somebody finally scored. St. Anthony's back in front, 11-10.
And they scored first two buckets of the quarter, and since then, nothing.
Underneath, nice step, shot by Langley, no good. Man, he hit the deck hard. He got fouled. The shot was too long. He says, I'm cool. I'm all right. Hill went over to help. Langley's going to wander to the foul line. I'm not sure he's okay. He says he is. He's going to shoot two here on the foul on St. Anthony.
Rios picked up his first, and that's St. Anthony's sixth as a team.
Langley's foul shot, good. Shows what I know, he's fine.
Well, he's proven to be a tough kid from the times I've gotten to see him play, that's for certain.
That ties it at 11. Brower sits down, and Grunlow sits down. Grunlow for St. Anthony, Brower for South Central. Langley's second foul shot, no good. Rebound, Andrew Gardewine for St. Anthony. They've got Palace back in for South Central, so that's their replacement, and Green is back in for St. Anthony. Meanwhile, another foul.
He's fouled by Wilkins. Jace picks up his second personal. That's the team's sixth.
And another change for South Central. Gavin Rotterman's going to come in, the 5'11 junior. I think this is the first time he's played in the tournament. Wilkins sits down. 11-11 with 3 minutes left in the first half. Points have not been our strong suit tonight in these two ball games. Although Altamont finally got it untracked pretty well. They were at 50-something. They got a win. Zach Gardewine to Rios in the lane. Can't shoot. Out to Hartke for three, and he got it. And there's a foul underneath, and let's see what that's about. There's a foul on Zach Gardewine. Let's see if that's before the shot.
It's on the box out, so they're going to count the three. But Gardewine picks up his first. And it's an offensive foul. So I guess that's why we're not shooting free throws. Now the officials, the scorers table summons the officials to double check and make sure on that.
That can't be right, guys. So the basket was made.
Mm-hmm. And that was Hartke who made that, correct?
5, 9, 11. Let me check here. 5. No. Yeah, Hartke hit the three.
Okay.
That's his first points. That makes it 14-11. But then the foul occurred on Gardewine, and that was enough for a one and bonus. It was not a player control foul, so that's why we're down there now for South Central shooting a 1-and-1.
That's what had me confused as well, because just didn't know how they wouldn't be shooting.
Langley misses the one and bonus, and Rios the rebound. St. Anthony's back up 14-11 with that three by Hartke. Rios to Andrew Gardewine to Green. Hartke in the corner. Thought about another one. Hold it back. 14-11 Bulldogs. 2:22 to go before halftime. Andrew Gardewine underneath the Rios. Step, shot, no good. Rios the putback, it's good, and a foul. Rios gets his first basket of the game, makes it 16-11. All of a sudden, St. Anthony's up 5 and a Cougar foul.
Well, St. Anthony's doing what they've been doing all year. They just continue to pound the offensive glass and give themselves extra opportunities. Rios took advantage of that one, plus he got Langley to pick up his second foul. So now he heads to the bench, and that's the team's 7th.
Yeah, they'll sit him down here right before the half with the 2 fouls. They bring Brower back in. Rios, meanwhile, with the and one here. It's up and no good. Rebound, South Central. Grabbed out of there finally by Harmeyer to Rotterman. Cougars are down 5 now all of a sudden. They were up 2. They get it out top to Harmeyer. 2 minutes left before halftime. Harmeyer checks the call on the play. Penetrated, then brings it back out top. Hill, who's kind of been quiet in this game so far, to Rotterman. Out top, they get it to Brower. You got Brower and Palace out there now for South Central. Hill has it head of the key. Looking. Bounce pass to Rotterman. Back out to Brower. Brower down low to Hill. Powers up. Shot short. Rebound St. Anthony. Grabbed out of there by Hartke. So now the Bulldogs up 5 with the ball. And they're trying to close out this first half, extending their lead. Hartke on the wing to Green. Connor holds, and now back out top to Hartke. On the other wing, Andrew Gardewine, cross court. Green loads it up for 3. In front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Hill for South Central. Dribble got a little high, but he's okay. Cross the half line, left side to Rotterman. Rotterman brings it out top of the bounce pass to Brower. 55 seconds left for halftime. Rotterman left side. Cougars with the ball, they're down 5. They just hold for the last one here. Palace with the ball out top. Side to Hill, down to 40 seconds. Bounce pass, Rotterman has it out top. We get a bucket here, and you're within 3. That's the momentum heading into halftime. Hill, baseline now. Palace, down to 30 seconds. We're counted down to halftime. Out top to Rotterman. Rotterman tried to make a pass, and the guy got covered up, but he had the dribble still. Harmeyer gets it, and he got fouled with 21 seconds left.
And Connor Green guilty of the hold. That'll be his second foul, and it's the 8th on St. Anthony, so a 1-and-1 on the way for Brett Harmeyer.
Cabas back in for Green. And now Palace sits down for South Central. And
Riley slipped in there, Greg.
Go Chase Riley back in the fray for the Cougars. So Harmeyer at the line. Missed it.
Wow.
Boy, was halfway down and came back out. Andrew Gardewine, the rebound for St. Anthony. So that could have got him within 3. As it is, St. Anthony up 5 with the ball here. Down to 10. Counting it down to halftime. Hartke, Cabas down to 8. Over to Hartke. Long 3. Good. Kyle Hartke with a big 3, and the Bulldogs are up 8. And now the pass is knocked away. So now South Central's down to .6 to get something done here length of the court. Hill looking inbound. Into Rotterman, and that's the halftime. All of a sudden, St. Anthony's up 8. Championship semifinal here at the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament at Altamont at the half. St. Anthony 19, South Central 11. Back in 2 minutes with a halftime show here on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Lawman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Back at Altamont Community High School, scene of the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. It's been here since 1957, so most folks know the way by now. At the half in this championship bracket semifinal game, St. Anthony is in front of South Central, 19-11. Boy, it was a low-scoring first quarter and then some, but finally St. Anthony got the lid off. South Central still hoping they can. It was 8-5 South Central after the first quarter. St. Anthony, though, caught fire late in that second quarter. In the quarter, they outscored South Central 14-3. South Central was just 3 points in that second quarter. And as a result, St. Anthony's up 8 now on that run late in the second quarter. They're up 19-11. As far as the scoring here at halftime, for South Central, Brett Harmeyer has 2 points. Jace Wilkins has 4 points. Gray Hill has 2 points. Dylan Brower has 2 points, and Evan Langley 1 point. Noah Pallas, Chase Riley, and Gavin Rotterman all played but didn't score. 8 and 3 of the quarters for South Central's 11 points. For St. Anthony, Kyle Hartke has 6 points. Connor Green got a 3 for 3 points. Derek Rios got a bucket. So did Andrew Gardewine. They each have 2 as a result. Zach Gardewine has 4. Nick Grunlow has 2 points. And James Cabas, Jeff Nieberge, and Chandler Martelli all played for the Bulldogs. They are yet to score. St. Anthony quarters of 5 and 14 for their 19 points here at halftime. So at the break, it's St. Anthony 19, South Central 11. Matt's back with the stats on the first half in 90 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Job Match Personnel Services supports all the area sports and wishes them the best of luck.
Championship semifinal action at the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. St. Anthony leading South Central 19-1. Here are Matt Robinson's stats on the first half of this one.
Yeah, 19-11, the halftime score, and really some interesting numbers when you look at these stats at the half. St. Anthony is 3 of 11 from three-point range. That's 27%, and that's their best shooting percentage they have here at halftime. As from the field in general, they're 8 of 32, which is 25% overall. They're 0 for 1 from the free throw line, so no percentage there. South Central, though, is 4 of 10 shooting from the field. 10 attempts compared to St. Anthony's 32. But South Central is 4 for 10 for 40%, and they're 3 of 6 at the free throw line for 50%. And St. Anthony's tried 11 three-pointers. South Central has not shot a three yet in this ball game. However, St. Anthony has 1 turnover in the ball game thus far, compared to South Central's 11 here at the half. And again, St. Anthony is out rebounding South Central 16-14, and that sounds like a close number, and it obviously is on the boards. But you got to consider that St. Anthony there's only been 6 rebound attempts for St. Anthony to get on the defensive end, so they're obviously getting a ton of rebounds on the offensive end, and that is what's giving them some extra opportunities as well as the extra possessions thanks to the turnovers. Individually, very balanced for the Bulldogs. Kyle Harkey knocked down 2 three-pointers late. He's 2 for 5 from the field, has 2 rebounds to go with his 6 points. Connor Green's 1 for 5 with 3 points. Derek Rios 1 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 at the line, 2 points, and Rios has 5 rebounds to lead the Bulldogs. Andrew Gardewine's 1 for 5 from the field with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Zach Gardewine is 2 for 4 from the field. He has 4 points. Nick Grunlow, 1 for 4 off the bench with 2 points. He has 4 rebounds for St. Anthony. Jeff Nieberge's 0 for 5 from the field. He does have a rebound for the Bulldogs. And Chandler Martelli's 0 for 2. He has also grabbed a rebound in this game, as has James Cabot for St. Anthony. For the Cougars, Brett Harmeyer's 0 for 1 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line. He has 3 rebounds for South Central. Jace Wilkins is 2 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 at the line, 4 points and 2 rebounds. Noah Pallas 0 for 1 in the ball game. He has 2 rebounds. Dre Hill 1 for 3 with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Dylan Brower's 1 for 1 with 2 points and 2 rebounds. And Evan Langley is 0 for 2 from the field, 1 of 3 at the line. He has a point and 2 rebounds. And actually Langley has 3 rebounds for South Central in the first half of action. Gavin Ratterman and Chase Riley also saw time for the Cougars. That's a look at your halftime stats as St. Anthony leads South Central 19-11. You're listening to NTC Action on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
.50 now left in the third quarter. Effingham's boys leading Charleston in Apollo Conference action 43-15. We have T-Town and Effingham girls on KJ Country right now at 102.3. First game final here was a win as Altamont moved into the championship game of the consolation bracket. They beat Neoga 53-26. And here it's 19-11. An 8-point lead for St. Anthony to start the second half. South Central misses. Hill the rebound. It's no good. Rebound isn't saved, although Kyle Harkey did a heck of an effort to try to save it for St. Anthony. He stepped out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Cougars, and they're still trying to score. They had 10 shots in the first half. They already put up 2 this first trip.
I guess that's an improvement in that stance as far as the game's concerned.
Hill trapped in a double team, but he got it out of there somehow to Wilkins. 19-11, St. Anthony by 8. And again, South Central was up 8-5 after the first quarter, but 14-3 Bulldogs in the second quarter, and now a scrum for the basketball. as it got loose and several bodies on the floor trying to hang on. Zach Gardewine held on the most, and St. Anthony gets the ball.
Yeah, jump ball favors them, but there was 4 people on the floor to tie it up, and the jump ball will give it to the Bulldogs, and that's the Cougars' 12th turnover of the ball game.
Tough to overcome that many miscues, especially when you're not getting a whole lot of shots, but you're not getting a whole lot of shots because you keep turning the ball over. Hartke for 3 for the Bulldogs. Too strong. Rebound. Rios puts it back up and in. So Rios with 4, and just like that, St. Anthony's up a 10 spot. Double-digit lead. A minute into the third quarter. Cougars need a bucket and a stop. Wilkins with it for South Central to Harmeyer. Baseline. They get the ball somehow to Palace. Back out to Harmeyer for 3. It's too long. Hartke high in the air for the board for the Bulldogs. Clears it down court to Green. Connor gets it on the side. Little between legs dribble. Lost the dribble. Now gets it inside. Knocked loose from Zach Gardewine. Stolen away by Hill for South Central. Bulldogs turn it over. Just their second of the game. Hill for 2. No good. Rebound. Andrew Gardewine way up there for the rebound. He had it, and then Palace reached in, and then we had an elbow, and then it was getting ugly.
Yeah, Noah Palace reached in and committed his 3rd foul, and then I guess Andrew took a little exception to the foul from Palace, but the officials got in there quickly to separate the players.
So Palace on the foul, out of bounds to Altamont, or out of bounds to St. Anthony. I'm in Altamont.
Timeout on the floor, Greg.
With 6:26 to go in the third quarter. Back in a minute at the NTC. St. Anthony 21, South Central 11. You're on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Alman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Down and use a water fountain down at the end of the floor, right below the dog pound. They've adopted the tribal council as the dog pound, and Kyle Hartke was down there getting a drink, and Sam Wortman from the dog pound reached over and patted him on the head while he was getting a drink, and I thought Kyle was going to lean up and spew him, but he didn't. And then play got back in, and Andrew Gardewine had gone down to get a drink, and he was supposed to be in the game, so he had quick run up and get in the game. So it was kind of crazy there. Zach Gardewine shoots for 2. It's no good, and Dre Hill the rebound for South Central. All that was going on during that timeout. I just had to fill you in. Yeah, they got the playback in motion, and Andrew Gardewine was still in the game, except he wasn't. So real quick, he got in. And now the ball's knocked loose here. And a foul.
Andrew Gardewine picks up the foul as he's called for the hold as South Central tried to get the ball in bounds, something that's been, inside rather, that's been a whole lot easier said than done tonight.
And now Andrew Gardewine goes out. So he kind of swats him on the rump as he goes by. That was interesting. I'll have to ask him about that later. Anyway, South Central, meanwhile, converts on the inbound. Dre Hill lays it up and in, and it's 21-13, so the Cougars finally chop into that deficit. Here on the other end, Rios cashes in, and he gets fouled, and he'll try to make it a three-point play. Little baseline jumper, and he got fouled, and he'll try to make the and one here.
He is so strong, and so is Dylan Brower, and that's what makes the shot going in even more spectacular for Rios, as he still was able to get that one off the glass as Brower picks up his first.
Rios got them both, got the foul shot down as well, so a three-point play. He has 7. St. Anthony's up 11. This is their biggest lead of the night, 24-13. Again, South Central was up 3 after the first quarter, but the Bulldogs are up 11 now, 3 minutes into the second half. Corner, Harmeyer with it, fires it underneath, and I think Langley was being held as he tried to catch and go to the basket.
And that foul's going on Rios, so now he has 2. For St. Anthony, Hartke, Green, Rios, and Gardewine each with 2 fouls apiece.
Plain and simple, South Central just needs to make some shots. There's an inbound. Nice job. Langley cut to the basket. Harmeyer with a bounce pass. Langley lays it up and in. He has 3, and now it's a 9-point game, 24-15 St. Anthony. Connor Green walks it across the half line. Left side to Cabas. To Zach Gardewine. Grunlow. Right side to Green. Connor on the dribble. Pass out top to Cabas. Left side Grunlow. Thought about a drive. Instead pulls it back, and now to Cabas. Left side back to Grunlow. Showing 3. Back to Cabas. Right side to Green. Green. High post to Zach Gardewine. Out to Cabas. He thought about a 3. Corner. Green does shoot the 3, and he got it. Connor Green, second three-pointer of the night, and it's 27-15. Bulldogs by 12 now as they extend this lead.
And their shooting percentage is going up here in this second half early.
Harmeyer in the corner to Hill for South Central. Nice bounce pass. Brower puts it off the glass and good. Nice work that trip by the Cougars. Brower with 4, and it's a 10-point game again, 27-17.
And Brower did well not to run in there and draw an offensive foul as St. Anthony was set waiting for it.
Cabas on the wing for St. Anthony out to Grunlow. On the right side to Green. Green brings it out top. Now to Cabas. Side to Grunlow. Long 3. Back of the rim. No good, but Rios a rebound for St. Anthony. Out to Green. Moves in for a 2. No good, but a foul. And 2 at the line here for Connor Green.
And we'll wait and see. I think Wilkins guilty of the foul. Indeed he is. It's his 3rd. So both he and Powless have 3 fouls apiece for the Cougars.
Effingham's boys have now extended their lead over Charleston to 50-17 with 6 minutes left in the game. It was 47-17 after 3. Green misses the first foul shot. Hartke and Andrew Gardewine back. Zach Gardewine and Cabas down, and Jace Wilkins down for South Central, and they brought Chase Riley back into the fray. 27-17 St. Anthony, 3:51 left in the third quarter. Winner plays Dietrich here tomorrow night at 7:30 for the tournament championship. That foul shot's good. Green has 7, and it's 28-17. Pressure by the Bulldogs. South Central's handling it better now. Harmeyer with it. Now top to Hill. This old 3-2 zone's worked pretty well for the Bulldogs tonight.
Certainly has, and they've got some length that makes it difficult to get over and around it.
Riley baseline tried to go to Langley. It's loose, but Hill's there to grab it. Good recovery by Hill. Corner to Langley. Back out to Hill. Squeaky shoes as the Bulldogs work hard in this zone. Harmeyer out top. Now to Hill. Corner to Langley. No, Green jumped in front of the pass, knocked it away, but it comes back into Riley for South Central. Down low, Langley put it up and in. He got fouled. That's maybe 3 on Rios. Langley, who's been on the floor a lot tonight, got the basket to go. He has 5. Gets the Cougars back within 28-19. Nieberge's back for Rios with that 3rd foul for St. Anthony.
And it's the 3rd this half on the Bulldogs as well.
So Langley got the bucket. He has 5, and the foul shot's up and around and no good. Nieberge the rebound for St. Anthony. Down to Green. Game's 9 now. Was 12 a moment ago. Out top, Andrew Gardewine. Left side, Hartke. Way across court to Green. Connor out top to Andrew Gardewine. Left side to Hartke. Down low, Nieberge. Back out to Andrew Gardewine. Side to Green. Loads up for 3 more. This one's short. Rebound, Hill for South Central. And Hill will get it across the half line. On the side, inside now, Langley powers up. Shot no good. Oh, they say walk to get open for the shot. And a turnover on the Cougars.
Just their 2nd this quarter, and you mentioned it. They're doing a much better job of getting themselves opportunities by hanging on to the ball.
They're down 9, though, because St. Anthony picked about the same moment to start making some shots. So it's 28-19 Bulldogs. Left side, Hartke with it for St. Anthony. Goes baseline, looking, and out top to Grunlow. He's in the lane, shoots for 2, and he got it. Nick has 4. And back to an 11-point Bulldog lead, 30-19. South Central shot better this quarter, but they still only have 8 points in the period. Bulldogs have put in 11. Harmeyer, long 3, no good. Rebound Bulldogs. Hartke down to Andrew Gardewine. Showing off that speed. Layup's no good. Rebound Harmeyer for South Central. Down court, Hill goes to the hole. Runner's too strong. Nieberge the rebound for St. Anthony. Ooh, little elbow there, and the officials saw that. Jeff Nieberge trying to clear a little space. Let's see, the officials are talking it over here. Yeah, there's the elbow call. Jeff Nieberge got the foul. That's right below me. You couldn't miss that. So the ball will go back to South Central.
So after all the excitement, it is St. Anthony's second turnover, and that foul on Nieberge is his first.
Harmeyer inbounds to Hill in the lane. Langley can't shoot. Out to Riley. Now to Hill. 30-19 St. Anthony. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Down low, Andrew Gardewine knocked the pass away. Nice work. Got the steal for the Bulldogs. 3 on the Cougars this quarter. Out top to Green now. So St. Anthony by 11 with the ball and a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Drives into the lane, kicks it on the side. Andrew Gardewine for 3, and he got it. Andrew Gardewine hits the 3. He has 5, and it's a 14-point lead all of a sudden for St. Anthony, 33-19. Harmeyer up court with it for the Cougars to Hill. To Brower, back out to Hill. Now in the lane, Riley doesn't shoot. Over to Harmeyer, who loads up to 3. It's no good, and a foul underneath. And the foul's on South Central.
Yeah, battling for rebounding position, and Langley's called for the personal. So that'll be his third in the ball game.
Again, the winner will play Dietrich tomorrow night at 7:30 for the title. Loser will play SED tomorrow at 2:30 for third place. We'll have all 4 games tomorrow here on 97.9 XFM. Down to 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Looks like St. Anthony's going to hold for the last shot. They're up 14. Who can blame them?
Yeah, and with South Central staying packed in the zone, they finally walk out to at least force Green to move with the ball.
And he does. Gives it to Hartke and back to Green. We're down to 30 seconds. Counting down the third quarter clock here. Green comes back out top and killing time, as Clint Black would say. Harmeyer now to Hartke, down to 18 seconds, back to Green. Down to 14. Bulldogs by 14, trying to extend here at the end of this third quarter. Green, cross court, Hartke, baseline to the hole, puts it up too strong, and a block called on the Cougars. Kyle Hartke with a little backward somersault almost to get up off the floor. He'll go to the line in the act of shooting when that foul occurred, and bad news for the Cougars for lots of reasons, mostly Langley's 4th foul.
Yeah, Langley picks up his 4th on the play, and that'll be the team's 5th here in the quarter, and a couple of free throws to extend the lead late in the third for St. Anthony.
Hartke's foul shot good. Kyle with 7. 15-point St. Anthony lead. Down goes Langley with that 4th foul. Jace Wilkins checks back in. 34-19 St. Anthony. Hartke's second foul shot, no good. Rebound, Nieberge, though, puts it up and got it stripped, and a foul on the shot. And now Nieberge will go to the line and shoot 2 for St. Anthony. There was 6 seconds left. Now there's 4 seconds left, and St. Anthony with another chance to extend the lead.
Yeah, I give a ton of credit to Nieberge. He got in there, worked hard, got the board, and gets the opportunity at the line now on the second foul from Dylan Brower.
Foul shot perfect. Jeff's first point. That makes it a 16-point advantage. Holy cow. South Central was up 3 after a quarter. Now they're down 16. Nieberge's second one good. Nieberge's first 2 points. South Central inbounds. 3, 2, 1. They don't get a shot away. Didn't know how much time was left, I guess. And that's the end of the third quarter. Championship bracket semifinal action at Altamont at the NTC tournament. After 3, St. Anthony 36, South Central 19 on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Ready for the fourth quarter here at Altamont Championship semifinal. St. Anthony now comfortably in front. All of a sudden, it's 36-19 Bulldogs. It was an 8-point game when the third quarter started. Now it's a 17-point lead, and Connor Green steals the cross-court pass and lays it up and in. 9 for Green, and the Bulldogs are up 19 now, 38-19. They've doubled the score on the Cougars. Hill with the basketball for South Central. Bounce pass out top to Wilkins. St. Anthony's defense has won them this game.
Yeah, it's been stellar. The zone has been very difficult for the Cougars to solve.
Wilkins, they go down low to Hill. Nice pass to Riley, and he lays it up and in. Good ball movement that time. Riley's first basket, and it's 38-21.
They got the ball into the middle of the zone, and if you can do that, good things can happen. But it's easier said than done, to say the least.
Hartke passed to Grunlow off the mark, stolen by the Cougars. Hill with the basketball. Gray gets it across the half line, works it out top of the key, picks up the dribble. Side now to Brower. Out to Harmeyer. He drives into the lane, can't shoot. They get the ball to Wilkins. Wilkins looking and looking and looking. Puts it on the floor, down the lane, lost it off his foot, but there's Riley to grab it back for the Cougars. He can't shoot. Out to Brower, back to Riley. Out to Wilkins, and now to Hill. Head of the key to Riley. She'll beat the Cougars here. Hill down in the corner.
This time the Bulldogs are playing man, and they're quite effective at that.
Inside pass. Ball knocked loose. Nieberge the steal for the Bulldogs. Man, turnovers aplenty. And they could go up more than 20 this trip. With 6:13 left in the game. Hartke for 2. Got it. Kyle Hartke with 9. Bulldogs lead at 40-21. Excuse me, that's a 19-point lead. South Central one side. 6:05 left. Back in a minute at the NTC tournament. St. Anthony 40. South Central 21 here on 97.9 XFM.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Job Match Personnel Services supports all the area sports and wishes them the best of luck.
.605 left in this one. St. Anthony's up 19 now on South Central, 40-21. Again, it was 8-5 Cougars after a quarter, but St. Anthony outscored South Central 31-11 in the middle 2 quarters and took over this game. Cougars get the ball back in bounds. Wilkins has it down in the corner to Hill. Hill on the dribble. Out to Wilkins. Now to Harmeyer. Top of the key 3. Good. Oh, use the glass. There you go. Fred Harmeyer has 5, and it's 40-24.
So Central doesn't care how he got it in, just so it went in.
It's a fact. Hartke out top to Green. Connor on the dribble, back to Hartke. He loads up for 3 more. It's way long. Rebound Hill for South Central. So South Central got a 3. They get a stop. Let's see what happens here with 5:21 to go. Harmeyer with it out top. Brett on the dribble. Gets the ball now to Brower. To Palace to Brower. Brower looking and looking. Now puts it on the floor and pulls it out top. Says, there's a guard. There, over to Hill. Hill looking and looking, and now he brings it out top, and a whistle off the ball and a foul on the Cougars. And a turnover again.
Wilkins called for the illegal screen.
Ooh, and now a technical.
Ooh. And that was his fourth foul on the illegal screen, and if he gets the technical here, that's it.
And off the floor he goes. That's 5 fouls. He got 2 there in a hurry. So Wilkins fouls out, leaves with 4 points, and they bring Rotterman back in.
Definitely frustration there from Wilkins.
Yeah, because it was mid-court, you know. The foul had been called and then must have said something, and that's the 5th foul on the tee. Hartke's at the line for St. Anthony, and he makes the first one. Kyle's in double figures now with 10. Brower sits back down, and Hallis back in for South Central. Here's Hartke's second foul shot. It's good. So Kyle with 11. Bulldogs up 18 again, 42-24. Out of bounds now. They get to keep the ball, too, on that technical foul. The Bulldogs back up 18. They've led 19 a couple of times. Down to 4:55 to go in this one. Nieberge, Andrew Gardewine. Bounce pass out top to Hartke. Cavus. All Bulldogs have to do is take care of business now. Hartke left side. Way cross court to Cavus. Underneath, the Grunlow turns and shoots and hits for 2. Nick Grunlow with 6. 20-point St. Anthony lead. Biggest of the night. 44-24.
Almost looked like Grunlow was surprised that he was that open inside there. He kind of turned and nobody was there, so he went ahead and shot it.
Hill with the basketball for South Central. Down in the corner, knocked out of bounds by Cavus. James ends up in the black chair seat. He's okay. Basketball will stay with South Central. Zach Gardewine, Chandler Martelli in for St. Anthony. Andrew Gardewine, Jeff Nieberge have a seat. Actually, seats.
Yeah, they're not going to share one.
Nah, you guys are big. Hill, outside to Ratterman. 44-24 St. Anthony. They're up 20 now with 4:10 to go. Hill drives, puts it up, got it. Nice move by Gray Hill. He has 6, and it's 44-26.
Credit for St. Anthony for not letting him have that many opportunities at those.
Grunlow baseline here for St. Anthony. Drives, stops, pops for 2. It's short, rebound loose, and grabbed by Cavus for St. Anthony. He puts it up no good, but James got fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. So it's all St. Anthony all the time now.
Yeah, and good hustle by Cavus there to get in there and grab that rebound and give himself the opportunity for a shot. And as he put it up, he was fouled by Hill. Just his first foul in the game. It's the team's 9th, and either way, it would be 2 free throws for Cavus.
Foul shot off the mark. He'll get one more. 44-26 Bulldogs. So unless something amazing happens, it's going to be St. Anthony and Dietrich for the championship tomorrow night. Cavus' second one, good. So a miss and a make. And James Cavus gets his first point of the game. 45-26 Bulldogs. Here come those Cougars across the half line. Rotterman gets it out to Palace to Hill. Hill holds. Now on the side to Rotterman. Underneath. They can't get a shot out of Langley. They go on the side to Hill for 3, no good. Martelli the rebound for St. Anthony. And we're down to 3:25 to go. Martelli across the half line. Right side Cavus, and he got called for the walk. I saw 1 foot move. Brian Dank saw 2. Turnover number 2 of the quarter on the Bulldogs.
Just 5 in the game. They have just done a great job of taking care of the rock.
Green sits down. Maybe he was just up for a drink. I don't think he came out. Cavus, Zach Gardewine. Maybe that's who's back in for Green. There you go. Ball got knocked loose. South Central retains possession down to 3 minutes to go. Bulldogs by 19 now. Rotterman has it out top for South Central. Picks up the dribble. Well, I guess he didn't pick up the dribble. He's still going. They get it inside. Langley through 2. Got the shot to go and drew the foul. Nice work by Evan Langley. He has 7. Makes it 45-28.
Couple of candidates for the St. Anthony personal. And it goes against Hartke. He has his 3rd in the ball game.
Seniors times 2. Kyle Burgoyce and Braden Puckett check in for St. Anthony. Down goes Grunlow and down goes Nieberge. Langley's foul shot, no good. Cavus a rebound for St. Anthony. So he got the bucket, but not the and one. Rebound, St. Anthony. 45-28 St. Anthony. 2:45 left. Burgoyce, corner three, short. Rebound, South Central. Palace underneath the Harmeyer. Layup short. Rebound. Martelli got it. And then a foul on Langley, who got beat on the rebound, and Langley just fouled out.
Yep. Langley picks up his 5th in the ball game, and then we'll walk to the other end for St. Anthony's 2 free throws as it's double bonus.
So Langley fouls out with 7 points. He leaves the game at the 2:33 mark. Got a final on the Effingham boys game, thanks to Dave Woltman, who tells me that it was Effingham 58, Charleston 27. So the Hearts boys get a win. Martelli on the other end of the floor shoots and makes a foul shot here for St. Anthony. Chandler's first point of the game. And it makes it 46-28. Bulldogs have been up as many as 20 tonight. Martelli's second one good. His first 2 points, and it's 47-28. Boy, the complexion of this game turned around. Bulldogs started making some shots, got on a run, and they're up 19 now. Palace, cross court to Brower, who went high in the air for that one. Nice catch. To Hill. Down to 2:15 to go. Hill goes baseline, lost his balance, hits the deck. Palace picked it up, and he got fouled. Zach Gardewine reached in and fouled him.
So Gardewine picks up his second foul, but it's only the team's 6th, so it'll be out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's lining up, but that's just 5 fouls. Changes for the Cougars now. They bring Trevor Marksley in, a 5'8 sophomore. Riley's back, and also Sean O'Leary checks in, a 6'1 senior. So 3 changes for the Cougars. Roderman has it inbounds. They go down low to Riley. Riley looking for a shot. He puts it up, and he got it. There you go. Chase Riley gets a bucket. He has 4. And it's 47-30. St. Anthony's lead down to 17. We're down to 2 minutes left. Puckett inside. Can't shoot. Tried to clear it. Stolen by South Central. Grabbed by Roderman. He's into the lane. Ran over Cabbas. Shot no good. Rebound Puckett for St. Anthony. Down to Cabbas. Cross the timeline. Down to minute 42 to go. Cabbas bounce pass right side. Zach Gardewine out top. Now to Burgoyce. Kyle gets it to Cabbas. Martelli on the side, looking baseline. They go underneath the Puckett. He can't get a shot, so clears it back out. Zach Gardewine, down low Puckett. Now corner to Cabbas. Down to minute 19 to go. St. Anthony, I believe, is going to try and run a minute 15 off the clock here.
Definitely going to look for a good one.
Martelli with the ball. Hands the ball to Burgoyce. Down to minute 5 to go. Burgoyce head of the key. Picks up the dribble. Right side, Zach Gardewine. 1 minute left. Gardewine in the lane. Doesn't shoot, and he got called for the walk. Tried to get stopped and couldn't. So the Cougars get the ball back with 58 seconds left. St. Anthony's 4th turnover in the quarter.
And got another substitution for you there, Greg.
Zach Gardewine sat down, and St. Anthony should be Drew Gibson, and there he is, because he's all that was left on my roster. Drew's a 6-foot sophomore. He's seen some action at the varsity level this year. Long 3 try, South Central, no good, out top by Trevor Markley. In fact, it goes out of bounds. So it'll be St. Anthony basketball, and we're down to 46 seconds. We'll talk with the coaches, Matt's stats and scores from Kenna, and we'll keep you all enthralled here on the post-game show, so stick with us. Again, we've got girls basketball over on KJ right now, Effingham and T-Town girls. Puckett out top, Martelli with it. Hopefully Kenna will get me a score on that one for the post-game visit. Down to Burgoyce. We're down to 20 seconds to go. St. Anthony and Dietrich. That's how it's going to be in the championship game tomorrow night. South Central and SEB for 3rd place. Martelli with it with 10 seconds. Pass knocked loose, but Puckett's there to grab it back for the Bulldogs, and we're down to 7. Puckett a bounce pass out to Gibson, and Drew says, I can count. That's enough time left, and there's the buzzer. And St. Anthony gets the win. Bulldogs an 11-11 tie with South Central in the 4th quarter. They win by 17, and they are in the championship game. I have ticket information for St. Anthony fans. We'll have the stats and the scoring and the scores. All that on the way on our post-game show in 90 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrow Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Alman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrow's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years.
It's the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 90 years.
St. Anthony advances to the championship game of the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament with a 47-30 win over the South Central Cougars here tonight. So the pairings are set for Saturday. Here's what will be going on. At 11:30 tomorrow morning, it'll be the Monday losers, Windsor and Stu Straws. And that's significant. The last time those teams will ever play, I think it finally, completely, this is the last time these teams will play. It's the fourth time they'll have played this year. And this will be the last one before their programs are merged next year into the Windsor Stu Straws Hatchets. So get ready for that. So they'll play tomorrow morning at 11:30. Then the consolation championship game at 1 o'clock will feature the Cowden Herrick Hornets and the Altamont Indians. The third place game at 2:30 will feature the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles and the South Central Cougars. And the championship game tomorrow night at 7:30, the Dietrich Moving Maroons and the St. Anthony Bulldogs. So that's how it shapes up here at Altamont. The four we'll have for you tomorrow. Let me mention ticket information here in just a second. First of all, run through the scoring here quickly. Again, South Central had an 8-5 lead after the first quarter, but then St. Anthony took care of business, outscored the Cougars 14-3 in the second quarter and had it up 19-11 at halftime. Then they outscored the Cougars 17-8 in the third quarter and had it up 36-19. They had it up by 20. And then they settled for a 17-point win in an 11-11 fourth quarter. Again, St. Anthony a winner, 47-30 over South Central. Scoring tonight for South Central, Brett Harmeyer had 5, Jace Wilkins had 4. Noah Pallas did not score tonight after 15 in their Wednesday win. Gray Hill had 6, Chase Riley 4, Gavin Rotterman played but didn't score. Dylan Brower had 4 points. Trevor Markley played, Sean O'Leary played, and Evan Langley had 7 points. 8, 3, 8, and 11 for 30 points for South Central. They're now 8-13 on the season, and again they play for third place at 2:30. For the Bulldogs tonight, Kyle Hartke had 11 points. That was the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Connor Green had 9, Derek Rio 7, Andrew Gardewine 5, Zach Gardewine 4, Nick Grunlow 6, James Cabas 1, Jeff Nieberge 2, and Chandler Martelli 2. And Braden Puckett and Kyle Burgoyce and Drew Gibson all played. Everybody on the Bulldog roster got in this one. St. Anthony quarters 5, then 14, 17, and 11 for their 47 points. St. Anthony a winner, 47-30 over South Central. Here's ticket information for Bulldogs fans. And we'll repeat this. Sales will be tomorrow morning, obviously, and that'll be at the high school. They'll sell from 8:30 to 9:30. The high school students and parents and season ticket holders. From 9:30 to 10:30, they'll sell to junior high students and parents. And from 10:30 to 11:30, they'll sell to the general public. There's no limit on tickets. Tickets can also be purchased at the door here tomorrow night before the game. So that's the schedule for Bulldogs fans as far as ticket sales. Again, high school students and parents and season ticket holders from 8:30 to 9:30 tomorrow morning. Junior high students and parents from 9:30 to 10:30, and the general public from 10:30 to 11:30. No limit on tickets, and any remaining tickets will come back here to Altamont for sale before tomorrow night's game. Just a quick reminder while we were thinking about it, 45 minutes. Doors open 45 minutes before tomorrow night's game. Still 30 minutes before the 2 in the afternoon, or the 3 in the afternoon tomorrow. Bulldogs coach Cody Rinker joins us for a post-game visit. Congratulations on the victory.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Now, am I overstating it, or was it the defense that won this one?
Absolutely. The defense is, I think these guys are really starting to believe. I see a lot of it in their eyes and the way they're just, understanding the concepts and the team effort and the team concept on the defensive end, of smashing down on the, helping the helper. Understand if there's one guy we're taking away, it's all 5 of us taking away, not just the one man we're putting on him as the deny guy. And, that when you're not shooting well, and it's just sometimes been that kind of year for us. Sure. We've had those halves, and the first half was one of them, and really early in the third quarter was one of them. So to have that defensive effort, and the guys are really buying in right now. So I'm really proud of the effort they gave mentally and physically. So couldn't ask for much better, and really proud of them. And hats off there to the Cougars. They played hard. They competed. They're a tough ball club, with their size and physicality. And, Coach Simmons does a great job of having them disciplined and running his stuff. And, they executed their defensive game plan, too, and kept us, at bay there in the first half.
You talked about the defense denying them, but it also aided you because of the steals in your transition game tonight.
Exactly, and that's sometimes, when you're not shooting the ball well, you have to try to find a way to get some easies, and we were able to do that just enough to spark us and give us some confidence going into our next, half-court set.
Yep, 8-5 Cougars after the first quarter, but you outscored them 31-11 in the middle 2 quarters.
Yep, that's, So I talked about the other day, I think, in the paper about hanging our hats on defense, and we're starting to get back to that and really, just focusing on that, because that's the one thing you control is your defensive effort and intensity, and let the shots fall when they can.
You had a variety of heroes tonight, too. Kyle led you with 11 points. Mm-hmm. That's not a lot of points for your scoring leader, but everybody had points.
That just seems to be the way our scoring leaders go here this year. We don't have a guy that seems to be, catching fire and getting up there to the higher teens and 20s. But you know what? That's, who you going to scout, who you going to take away. It's everybody's ball game. We're a team, the true sense of the word. And, Kyle did. It was nice to see him hit some shots and just play a little freer and have some confidence. So, that's hopefully going to build on that and going forward.
Connor Green got you 9, and that's a busy job out there trying to run the show.
Yeah, Connor does a good job. I ask a lot of these boys. We run a lot of different things. We, have a lot of different concepts, and Connor did a good job tonight of taking care of the ball, get us into the things we need to get into, and then he was ready to knock down a few shots, and he was able to do that.
Exactly. Derek had 7, and I'm expecting still some night he's going to get about 23 or 25 for you, but he's such a presence in there, and when he stays out of foul trouble, he can be a presence for a long time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He's in good shape, and you're exactly right. His presence, just his big body and his ability, he rebounds the ball every night. It doesn't matter if he's scoring, not scoring. He rebounds the basketball, and that's huge for us. He will. I think he needs to be can be a little more aggressive at that 15-foot range. He's got a good little touch there. It's just a matter of now him turning around and sticking one or two. So, but he did a good job for us tonight battling those bigs from South Central.
Yeah, especially with the presence of Palace and Brower and kids like
those guys
that.
Are big.
They keep coming at you. And Andrew Gardewine had 5, which is less than he usually scores. We got you big 3, though, there in the second half.
He did. His feet were set. Connor, attacked the middle of that zone, and that's something we've been struggling at is dribbling penetration inside the zone. That's where the heart of the zone is. If you get in there, good things happen for you, and Andrew had his feet set. It was nice to see that bucket fall for him because he had a little bit of a tough night offensively, but his presence on defense, too, on the top of that zone and, rebounding the ball, and, but that shows the unselfishness of our team there. He doesn't, you wouldn't tell by the way he acted on the bench or in the locker room that he had a lower night scoring. So, hats off to Andrew there, too.
Nick Grunlow got you 6, and, boy, he's been 6 and 8 and 11 lately, and that's huge.
Yeah, that's big. Coming off the bench, you got a 6'4" guy that can go in and out and guard, post, and wing, and, makes us very versatile. And, it was nice to see him. He had one really good move there late in the game where he kind of hesitated and swept baseline and just didn't fall for him. But, yeah, his three-point shot wasn't falling tonight, so he stepped into the paint there and got us a few buckets, which is, big for our team.
And Zach got you 4, which is a lot for him this year.
Right.
I think everybody expected him to score more. I think you still do, but he plays such great defense.
Yeah, that's the thing. Zach's our leader, whether he's scoring 0 points or 10 points. I mean, he brings the effort every day in practice. You can see it out here on the court. He's learned how to stay out of foul trouble here a little bit, so we can kind of go back to putting him on the guy and letting him, use his athleticism and his, determination. And he's just a hard-working kid and a kid that, doesn't shy away from contact in big moments. So, I was glad to see him knock in a few buckets.
Jeff Nieberge getting higher off the floor because he got that haircut. I looked twice. I said, wait a minute. That is Jeff.
Yeah, I had to remind the guys about the off the ears, off the eyes, off the collar haircuts. And he said he had a haircut today, so that was, looked a lot nicer out there. And, he played well. I feel for him. He's trying so hard to get some things done underneath and does a great job rebounding and playing defense. He just hasn't found his groove offensively yet either. And, I guess if we finally find a groove here in February or tomorrow or whenever would be nice, we may be even scarier team than what we might be at the moment. So, we're getting there.
Chandler Martelli, now he's been an interesting case because he didn't play, and then he played a lot, started, and then he didn't play, and now here he is back, and he's making his presence felt.
Yeah, Chandler does a lot of good things, too. That's just the thing. We got like 9 or 10 guys that do some good things, and you got to find a way to get everybody into the flow, and if you try to play too many, it's too much flow or not enough flow, and, Chandler is... his biggest asset right now is his attitude. He's got a great attitude. He understands his role. He's going to come in and get his minutes and attack the paint for us and play good defense. And, he's just been ready when his number's been called, and he understands in practice. He plays on the scout team for a little bit, then comes over and goes back. And, he understands the game well enough and has, like I said, his attitude's been great for us because it's going to be a big moment. I'm sure we're going to need him again, and, and he's staying ready.
A lot of games, it's a war of attrition. And when you can keep coming at a team in waves, that's all to the good.
Exactly. We can wear them down like that. And, I thought we rebounded, tremendous tonight. I was a little bit worried about South Central's ability to get in there and just waller around some and, use their big bodies. And I thought, whoever we put down low in the zone or on those bigs, they did a great job of competing. And our guards did a good job of coming down and grabbing some boards as well.
And you got everybody an opportunity in the game, and Braden and Kyle and Drew helped close it out.
Yeah, they did. They did a good job down there, just running our stuff and, understanding the game concepts, too, as well. When they got in, they were ready to guard the way we're supposed to guard and, do the things they needed to do.
So, here we are. Championship game tomorrow night.
Yep.
Dietrich's pretty good.
They are pretty good. They're a very good ball team. They got scores all over the court, and they got bigs down low, and they do a great job of extending that pressure with their zone, and, so it ought to be a fun one.
I think we'll get a crowd.
I think there'll be a few people here. I don't know.
I tell you, we talked a little bit about this Wednesday. You probably get tired of me talking about it, but this is such a great tournament. Your grandpa, has been here for, I think, 500 years in a row now.
Getting close.
57, I think, officially. And then you played here for Stu Strauss, and I was talking to Greg Fiesel about that, and John Nieberge played here in the NTC tournament. And gosh, the tradition is just so much fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing. These boys, until these boys go, this is a week, you'll always remember, however many times you get to play in it. I can still remember, the big games we had here, getting to the championship game, once in my 4 years there, playing in third and fourth place twice, and, playing St. Anthony here on this court, a bunch of times, T-Town. It's a great atmosphere. You get to play these kids who you play all summer, or sometimes you play with them, on other teams in summer with baseball, so it's just a great atmosphere. And, like I said, talking about being an NTC guy, I remember telling somebody on the way over here, I think, that not to be boastful on the NTC, but I was really glad there wasn't two former MCT schools in the championship game. We still have a solid NTC school competing for the title. So
there you go. That came up in the conversation earlier, Cody, just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, congratulations on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you here tomorrow night.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. Do a great job.
Thank you. Bulldogs coach Cody Rinker. Final score tonight, St. Anthony 47, South Central 30. More post-game show on the way in 90 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.
97.9 XFM, WXCF, Effingham.
Farm Credit has been serving agriculture for nearly 100 years. As a member of the trusted nationwide Farm Credit system, they are more than just a lender. They become a trusted friend and financial partner to generations of farmers, and they know the importance you place on your operation. That's why Farmers has turned to Farm Credit for nearly a century. How about you? Call Farm Credit today at 800-444-FARM.
Right now, Jansen's Heating and Air can install a factory-fresh, fully warranted, highly efficient deluxe heating and air conditioner for at least $1,516 less than what you'd typically pay. You may qualify for available tax credits and special no-money down financing, too. And if you don't save at least 20% on your heating and cooling bills, we'll pay you double the difference for 2 years. Only 80 systems to choose from. Yes, they will sell out. Call now, 347-5223.
When I shop at Martin's IGA Plus in Effingham, I get more than just groceries. I get attention. Sure, the people in produce keep the fruits and vegetables fresh, and the people in the deli keep up with all the different orders. The people in the bakery are friendly and fast, and those in the meat department are always helpful. But what really impresses me is they understand what their most important job is, helping the customer, me. Martin's IGA Plus, where shopping is a pleasure.
Final score in our championship bracket semifinal game, St. Anthony 47, South Central 30. South Central coach Rick Simmons joins us on the post-game show. Well, you kind of had them where you wanted them after the first quarter, up 8-5, and then they started making some shots.
Yeah, you kind of spin the wheel and you try to decide what you're going to do and how you're going to play them and so forth. And we did what we could. We got off to a good start. Came out real sluggish in that second quarter, a couple turnovers, and once they got the lead, it was going to be tough. But you got to give them credit; they stepped up and made the shots.
Yeah, and their defense is tough, and it's gotten better as the season has progressed.
Yeah. Well, they're going to play hard, and it's just a matter of whether you can execute an offense against them. And tonight we just struggled. I mean, and that's to their credit because they worked hard and they kept us out of our offenses, and it's one of those situations where, kids sometimes when they don't have that little pattern or they don't have that little place where they're supposed to be, someone takes their spot away, they're kind of lost.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we were.
Yeah. Well, you had the bigs. I thought, who knows, a little banging around, a little rebound here and there. I thought, well, you never know. But eventually they got on top. And when they get on top, it's tough to catch them.
Yeah, that's true for any quality team. You just, we were fortunate enough the other night that we got ahead and never gave up the lead. Tonight we got the lead, but then we gave it up. And once we gave it up, it was going to be one of those where we had to come down and pretty much execute every time down the floor, and we didn't. And once again, that's to their credit. They took us out of our offense, and I think some of that even lingered over when we got back on defense. We were a little hesitant to get where we should or get out on a shooter, or definitely our rebounding. We knew that going in that we were going to have to own the boards, and we just didn't get the job done.
Yeah. You had balanced scoring. You got a lot of kids who can contribute, and there are good things I see in all these kids. I like Brett Harmeyer. I remember when he was kind of skinny and little. He's starting to fill out now, and you got him back next year, so I think the future is bright for him.
Well, yeah, definitely. Of course, he's started ever since he was a freshman. He still needs to put some muscle on, as many of our kids do. We're going to lose our bigs for the most part, so we're going to have to find some way to fill in that void. But he's come in and done well. We were talking in the locker room. I said the only thing that really bugs me about this particular game was just kind of the ending of it, the way we. I felt like we let our attitudes get the best of us a little bit. But I said, as far as the game itself, you can't be sorry. People didn't expect us to be here anyway. I said, so, we just come in and we do the best, take the best approach to it, and we'll learn from it. We'll improve and try to get better.
You touched on it. You're the 6th seed playing in the 3-4 game tomorrow afternoon, and that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think our call for this year is we're not last because we went in last year and that's where we were. We were last. So that was the first thing that I said to them after the game the other night. So I walked in, I said, guys, we're not last, and they all knew what I meant. Anybody that was there and played last year, they knew what that feeling was like, and just to be in the championship round is an experience. We have not ever been here. I mean, since we came in the National Trail, this is the first time we've ever made it to this side. So that's a step in the right direction, and that's where we want to go. That's where we want our program to go. So you just take, you take baby steps. When you're trying to grow and develop and so forth, you just take baby steps, and that's what we're doing right now.
Very good. Rick, I appreciate the visit. Thank you for coming up, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. South Central coach Rick Simmons up on the post-game show. Final score, St. Anthony 47, South Central 30. Let us go next to Mr. Robinson, who's still not had an opportunity to share any stats on this one.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at these numbers. Some interesting numbers throughout the ball game. St. Anthony finished shooting 16 of 46 from the field. That's 35%, but they brought that average up from 25% at halftime. So they did improve their shooting, and that's why they were able to build the lead. They were also 10 of 14 from the free throw line, and most of those, all but one attempt in the second half for 71%, and 5 of 18 overall from three-point range at 28%. South Central was 13 of 29 from the field, 45% there, and they were 3 of 8 from the free throw line, just 38%, and only 1 of 7 from beyond the arc at 14%. St. Anthony did crash the boards hard. They always seem to do that. They did out-rebound South Central 27-20 tonight, and St. Anthony only had 7 turnovers, 4 of them in the fourth quarter, and South Central committed 16 turnovers, 11 of them in the first half. So they slowed them down in the second half, but still too many turnovers for the Cougars to overcome. St. Anthony, individually, Kyle Hartke was 3 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 at the line, 4 rebounds and 11 points. Connor Green, 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line. He had 9 points in this one tonight. Also 7 points from Derek Rios, as he was 3 for 4 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line. He led all Bulldogs, and everybody in the game on the glass also finished with 7 rebounds to go with his 7 points. Nick Grunlow was 3 of 8 from the field, 4 rebounds and 6 points. Andrew Gardewine, 2 of 6 shooting, had 2 rebounds and 5 points. Zach Gardewine, 2 of 5 with 4 points in the ball game. Also tonight, Jeff Nieberge was 0 for 5 from the field, but 2 for 2 at the line, 4 rebounds and 2 points. And Chandler Martelli is 0 for 2 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line, 2 rebounds and 2 points. James Cabas was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds and a point. Braden Puckett grabbed a rebound, and Kyle Burgoyce was 0 for 1 in the contest. For South Central, Brett Harmeyer, 1 of 6 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line, 4 rebounds and 5 points. Jace Wilkins was 2 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 at the line, a couple of rebounds and 4 points. Noah Powless was 0 for 1 with 3 rebounds in the ball game. He did not score. Dre Hill was 3 of 9 from the field, had 6 rebounds and 6 points tonight for the Cougars. Chase Riley was 2 for 2, finished with 4 points. Gavin Ratterman was 0 for 1. Dylan Brower was 2 for 2 from the field, 2 rebounds and 4 points. Also, Trevor Markley was 0 for 1 in the ball game, and Evan Langley led the Cougars tonight. He was 3 for 5 from the field, 1 of 5 at the line, 3 rebounds and 7 points for South Central, as they will now play in the third-place game, and St. Anthony moves on to the title contest against Dietrich tomorrow night.
And we'll run down tomorrow's schedule one more time here in a minute. Ken, I'm going to come back to the sports desk. Fill us in, if you would, please, on scores from around the area tonight.
Here's what I have in boys basketball tonight. Effingham got a win over Charleston, 57-27. At Newton, the Little Illini Conference Tournament, Robinson beat Paris 64-55. Marshall down Flora 80-56. And at the half, Lawrenceville is leading KZ Westfield 40-32. Also at the Little Okaw Valley Conference, Villa Grove beat Cumberland 100-85, and in girls basketball, Teutopolis beat Effingham 50-37.
Very good, Kenna. Now, I'm going to ask another favor of you. I'm sure you have an updated forecast. Usually one comes in around 9 or 9:30. Would you mind sharing with us the latest forecast you have? Because obviously everybody's wondering about the snow that's going to fall at least in some amount over the weekend.
Here's what I can share with you right now. For tonight, clear, lows down to 23. Saturday, a 30% chance of rain, mainly after 4 p.m. with increasing clouds and a high tomorrow of 41. Now, Saturday night, a chance of rain before 7. That rain and snow mixture between 7 and 1 a.m. Then snow now after 1 a.m. with lows near 32. They're calling for about an accumulation of less than an inch for us. Chance of precip at 90%. 50%. Sunday brings snow, high of 34, new snow accumulation of 2 to 4 inches possible, and snow mainly before 7 p.m. Sunday night with a low of 13, new snow accumulation less than half of an inch, and then we're back to sunshine on Monday and a high of 21.
Okay, so we're still talking 3 to 5, just like we have been all day.
Not much change.
Very good. Thank you. I know people are wondering, so I wanted you to have that chance to get us up to date. Okay, here's what's going on tomorrow. At 11:30, Windsor and Stu Straws, the Monday losers, get to play. Then at 1 o'clock, it's the Consolation Championship. That'll be a battle between the Cowden-Herrick Hornets and the Altamont Indians. At 2:30, the third-place game. St. Elmo Brownstown will play South Central. And then 7:30 tomorrow night, the Dietrich Moving Maroons try to stay undefeated and try to win. And the number 1 seed has a shot to hold serve against the number 2 seed, the St. Anthony Bulldogs. So they got the first 2 seeds right.
Yeah, pretty much after that, it was kind of a mess, and that's kind of what we anticipated this year.
Yep.
But you never know. Sometimes the seeds hold. Sometimes you get them all kind of mixed up, and this year, it's been an entertaining tournament, to say the least.
A lot of people to thank. Thanks, as always, everybody here at Altamont. Gosh, they do a wonderful job of hosting this. And everybody from the administrators to all the staff members just do a wonderful job. And Matt touched on the fact that the coaches, I appreciate Katie and John for, I'm sure this affects their practice schedules. And so that's kind of them to yield and help with that. But then as far as our broadcast bunch, thanks again to Dustin White and Millie Lang for broadcasting the Totopolis Effingham girls game tonight. That was on KJ Country tonight. And then again, thanks, of course, to Wayne, who's providing the audio and video live streaming and his assistance over there. And thanks to Kenna tonight, and thanks to Ken and Brian the last couple of nights. And thanks to Matt Robinson, who lets me do most all I want to do. Sometimes grimaces, but he hangs right in there.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Always a pleasure to work with everybody in the crew.
So 4 for you tomorrow, 11:30, 1, 2:30, and 7:30. Finals are upon us of the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Again, your final tonight, St. Anthony a winner over South Central, 47-30, after Altamont got a win over Neoga to move into the Consolation Championship game. Good night, everybody.
This